Hey everyone, it's Yasmin Woodland and welcome back to my channel. I have some Jenelle Evans news for you all today. Janelle Evans is pretty much stating that she doesn't feel that her kids are safe for the simple fact that they are around her brother. Now, if you all don't know her brother name is Colin, and to my knowledge, he currently lives with Barbara. So Jenelle Evans is making some pretty strong claims. She's saying that she thinks her kids are in danger because of her brother's erratic behavior, and he has a history with the cops. Okay, so pretty much they're saying that TMZ have obtained police records, and it says that there's at least 8 interactions with Colin since February. Now, there has been reports of stalkers, possible break-ins, trespassers. He even made claims that someone was putting chemicals in his water, and he even listed that David was one of the people that was trying to harm him or break into his home and things of that nature. So there was also a report that a woman claimed that Colin had approached her and that she was taking photos of him at his house, and the woman was only taking photos of in the woods. You know, she wasn't taking photos of him. She was taking photos of the woods or maybe the trees, or maybe she was some sort of photographer, but Colin perceived it as she's taking pictures of me. So Jenelle Evans is pretty much stating that her brother is in really no mental state to be around kids, stating that the police have responded to Barbara's home over several times in the past few months, including a disturbance call where a family member had thrown items inside of the home and issued some sort of threats. So once again, this is all police reports. So this is things that have been documented. So they aren't lying about this. You know, sadly, they aren't lying. There are police reports and things that's written in stone pretty much stating that, yes, these things have occurred, you know, in regards to her brother Colin and in regards to a bunch of disturbance calls being called to Barbara's home over the past couple of months that the kids have been there. Now, getting into my final thoughts here. Given the fact that this is actually true facts, yes, I feel like it's really not, and I'm not trying to disregard the safety of the children. I'm really not. Hear me out, you all. What I'm saying is, I think Jenelle and David are looking for any little thing to try to use against anyone to get the kids back. I mean, I just did a video on my main channel. You can go check it out. Pretty much when Marissa had testified against David, David is her David is her father, Marissa is David's daughter. So I did a video on that, and in that video I mentioned that Jenelle and David were trying to dig up some sort of dirt on one of the government workers that was actually working on the custody case. They were trying to dig up some sort of dirt that happened decades ago, and police reports on, you know, on all the workers on the case. So if they are that ballsy to pretty much, you know, try to dig up dirt on a government worker, what kind of dirt can they try to dig up in regards to Barbara? What can they try to dig up in regards to Colin? I mean, they will do anything in their power to try to make everyone else look bad just so they can get their children back. So I don't know, everyone. I think the situation is sad because now that there is police reports of Colin being in some sort of erratic state, people throwing things in the house, disturbance calls. I'm not too sure. Maybe CPS will look into this, or maybe a judge will look into this and say, hey, maybe the kids aren't safe for Barbara either. And I think Jenelle and David need to be careful, because by them doing that, that doesn't necessarily mean that the judge are going to say, hey, well, Colin, you know, is pretty erratic and Barbara's pretty erratic, so we're just going to give the kids back to you all. I don't think the judge would do that. I think that they are risking the kids going to actual foster care and being in their custody. So I think they really need to be careful, because just because they try to dig up dirt on Colin and saying that he's not really mentally fit to be around children and be around his little nieces and nephews, and just because they say that, it doesn't mean that the judge is necessarily going to deem Jenelle and David fit to be with their kids anymore. They could say, okay, you know what, screw all of you. You all are crazy, and we're just going to give the kids to the state. They very well could do that, so they need to be careful. They need to just definitely take a step back and try to just go with the flow of whatever the courts are demanding of them to do to get their kids back. Digging up dirt on people is not the way to go, because they can dig up a lot of dirt on David, which they have, and a lot of dirt on Jenelle. And y'all two are the most unfit parents out of the entire bunch, okay? So I'm going to leave it there, everyone. Comment below on what you think about this entire situation, given that Jenelle brother Colin, is pretty much in an erratic state. He's not fit to be around kids, and there's been several disturbance calls to Barbara's home with the kids being in her care. What do you think about that? Comment below your thoughts. Subscribe and tap the bell to get notifications on whenever I upload. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's Yasmin Woodland, and until next time, see ya.